everyone, how are you doing? I hope you are well, and if not, then just do something about it, okay? I recently made a video talking about Sudarshan Kriya. Sudarshan Kriya is the breathwork technique from the Art of Living. It's very good to help us manage our emotions. It's a 3 days course, 2 hours every 2 hours every day, and it's worth diamonds. It's priceless. So I really encourage you to learn the technique and to do it every day, regardless if you are doing well or not. Sudarshan Kriya will help you to maintain a good state of prana, as we say in the yogic world, right? The prana is the life energy that uplifts you, that makes a life move, and do things, beyond just the physical body. It's what makes us alive. When we are down, our prana is down. If we want to be, uplifted, we need to elevate our prana, and Sudarshan Kriya is a fantastic tool to do that, and activities such as meditation as well, yoga. But even if you do yoga, you go to the gym and you do journaling and all of those things, keep in mind to learn Sudarshan Kriya if you have not learned it yet, and then do it. Sudarshan Kriya should become for you like brushing your teeth. So you may do other things, right? Besides brushing your teeth, but brushing your teeth, you do them every day. So that should be Sudarshan Kriya. So why am I talking about this a little bit more here, Sudarshan Kriya? Because lately I've been challenging a little bit. Well, not challenging, but I needed to take attention to my health a little bit more than usual, and it just made me think about our work life, right? How many times we neglect our health because of our job. It can be because we do a lot of hours. It can be because it is expected of us to do a lot of hours in our jobs. It can be because we don't take enough holidays. We don't grant ourselves enough time. When we have maybe holidays, we keep working. We keep working. Maybe it's not directly related to our work, our profession, right? But maybe we keep working, doing things in the home. We don't allow ourselves just simply to rest. I've been with very low levels of energy because of anemia, and so I don't know if you know, anemia is it's a very serious stuff. So take care of your anemia levels, iron levels. Well, the anemia is it's a sickness, but the symptoms are, if you have low iron levels and hemoglobin on your blood, that makes you more tired, and you are not as productive in your day-to-day life as you should be. So many times, we experience, tiredness. We have these symptoms in our body, but because of this hustle culture, and because we have to be maybe in front of the customers, we need to do this, we need to do that. What is worse, right? We don't want to get sick, because if we get sick, our employment may be at risk. In the US, there are some jobs like that. So, like for instance, there are some jobs where if you get sick, where you have to be in front of the customers, to be utilized and to meet your metrics. And if you get sick and you are not in front of the customers, then you are not able to meet your metrics, and then you may get laid off. Many people, they just continue working, so that they continue being utilized in the factory in front of the customers, billing hours, being billable in front of the customers, maintaining the job. And that was my situation until now. I decided, I'm gonna really prioritize my health, because I have some surgeries that I need to take care of. I have been postponing them because it was not like something that I needed to do immediately, but it is true that the sooner the better. But the thing is that because I needed to plan, for the recovery time, which is long, like 3-4 months, and at least 45 days without moving my knee, because I'm gonna get a knee surgery while moving my leg. And so what I'm trying to say is that when you think about having a medical intervention, and then the recovery time and everything, it's like, oh, you start postponing, right? Because you need to work, you don't want to get disconnected of work. But think about it, like there are women who are pregnant and then they go maternity leave, and they may be going maternity leave depending on the country they are, maybe for a year, maybe for 6 months, and they take care of the baby, and that is something necessary, that is something very, very important. But when it comes to ourselves, as adults, many times we don't grant ourselves the same level of care, the same level of love that we need, that our body needs, even our minds need. Sometimes there are people that are just so burnt out. They are, let me come a little bit closer. They are so burnt out that really they will need a good 2 weeks break where they just go, like to the beach. They lay down and they just see the horizon, and they don't think about anything else. They don't do it, many of us don't do it, and I feel very much identified with this type of people or this type of situations, where you work so much, even your face shows, you are so exhausted, you're so tired, you don't get a lot of sleep, because even if you sleep, you are thinking the whole day, your brain is, I need to do this, I need to do that, I need to do this and that for a customer, or whatever you do, you are always thinking about work, your mind doesn't rest, you don't rest, and you will really need like a good break, like 2 weeks at least, or even 1 month, like just doing nothing, even not occupying yourself with other things, outside of work, cleaning, I don't know, renovating your house, or cleaning. I was going to say cleaning house you have to clean it, but I mean like more renovating, like having a project in your house, like I'm gonna organize my garage, and all of that is work, guys. Just because it's not directly monetary compensated, it doesn't mean that it's not work. It is work. So it is important to manage our energy levels and to give our bodies and our minds really the rest that we need, because we need to be balanced. Having a job is important. Being able to make money, and to maintain ourselves. Very few people have the privilege of being financially free, financially independent. That's something that we should aspire to, all of us, by the way. And it's something that I'm working on, but I'm not there yet. And the way I'm working on it is by I'm taking a training, a mentorship program. I'm going through a mentorship program with a coaching mentorship program with a Spanish coach. He has many millions, and he teaches people, how to live a more abundant life, focusing specifically on money, but all together, right? Because what's the point of having a lot of money but then love life? It's not there, love, social. I mean relationships, really deep, meaningful relationships, and health. It's not there. So we really need to be balanced, and we need to ensure that we work on all areas of our life. And when our body gives us a sign, like when we wake up in the morning and we see ourselves in the mirror, people may tell us many times, like, oh, you look very tired. And so let us listen. Or us says, when we feel tired, let's not neglect that. Let's go to the doctor. Let's do whatever we have to do. If it's in the case, for instance, of anemia, if you have anemia, you go to the doctor. You get an iron infusion if that is what you need. Because sometimes orally you don't absorb it, or because you're so tired that you really need to give that shock to your body, to energize yourself. Take that day off, maybe even the next two days off, so that you can heal. You can heal even if you just got an infusion, iron infusion, for instance. You can feel dizzy, you can feel tired, you can feel your body needs time to process that. And time is not just like the time that you are at the clinic, to do the iron infusion, for instance, because that's what I noticed in myself, right? I will go and I will do these iron infusions, and then 2 hours later I will be back to work, because I need to do stuff. And so I will then give myself even just that day to rest, or that afternoon, or sometimes even I needed another day, 2 days. The last iron infusion that I had was 3 weeks ago, and my gosh, I was really very, very tired, and I noticed that my body took a lot a lot of days. It needed at least like 2 weeks to completely process the iron infusion. This arm here where I had the infusion, I couldn't do like this. It was bothering me. It was hurting. So that is where I thought like you need rest, you need rest, and you need more rest than just a couple of hours, And many times we don't take that rest because, as I said, we have so much to do. We have work to do. We have meetings. We have this and that. But that's not a good way of living, and that's not a good balanced way of living. But that happens to a lot of people, right? And especially when we are in highly demanding jobs. It can be like in the tech industry. It can be like maybe if you are a lawyer, especially in jobs, I think, where there is someone waiting for you, like you receive patients, customers, and so you want to tack, right? You want to help them. You want to be in front of them. You want to provide solutions. That's why you do that profession, hopefully, right? It's because you want to help people. But remember that the first person that we have to help is ourselves. If we don't help ourselves, how can we help others? This is what is told, right? When we fly and something may happen, that we have to put the mask first on ourselves, and then we can put it on even our own child, and then we can put it on other. So let's ensure, that we prioritize our health. And when I'm talking here about health, it's all right. It's not just the physical health. It's not. Sometimes we think of, emotionally, for instance. Maybe some people may go through a breakup, and you need to recover for that. That's your emotional health that it's being attacked. And if you neglect it, if you just do like nothing and you continue pushing yourself, continue going to work and push yourself. And I know that we have to be, professional and go to work and so, but our health is very, very important. There are, each organization, I don't know how in other countries, but in Europe, normally organizations, they count like 3 days per year. You may need to take 3 days in a year to attend medical circumstances, because maybe you have a cold, and you can almost breathe, and you have fever, or you're just not feeling well, you cannot concentrate, you're very tired, you're coughing or whatever. You need rest, basically. Yeah. So the organizations, the companies, they take that into consideration, and many of us don't use those days, and it's not that we should use the days just because they are there, right? But many times we need that rest, and we forget that those days, they are there for us to do that, precisely for us to rest. And we just continue, hustling. Guys, we should remember that we live to work, not work to live. Yes, it is important to work and to dignify ourselves, and especially if you do something that you love, it doesn't feel like work. It just feels like a hobby, and you just want to do more and more and more of it. But don't forget that your body is not a machine, right? And that there may be times when you need rest, and it's okay to take that time. And it's better to take that time rest before it's too late and your body, shuts down. Some people have fainted at work, because of burnouts. Yes, I have colleagues who have faced that. You're right. They have fainted at work because of burnout. They have suddenly, they were suddenly feeling very, very unwell, and then they landed in the hospital. The doctors didn't have what they had, and then time showed that they was just completely out, exhausted, and the body got to a point where it says, enough is enough. I need rest. If you are especially if you are that type of personality in the Ayurveda world, I don't know if you know what Ayurveda is, but Ayurveda it's like philosophy from India, and it has, as part of that philosophy, has the medical aspect as well covered. So there are Ayurveda doctors and practitioners in the health domain. And in Ayurveda, you have different types of people. So the Pitta, which is what I am, are these people who have a lot of fire, in them. They are like what in business we will call the A type of people, people that are just on the go. They need to do this, they need to do that, right? Especially these type of people that like the they are mostly high achievers, right? In the corporations, in the workplace, and these type of people, they have a huge tendency of having anemia. Yes, because the high levels of this fire element of them is not properly regulated, because they work themselves out till exhaustion, or they exercise even the body till exhaustion. By the way, Pitta types, they like things like Bikram yoga, hot yoga. They may go 6 times per week to do that class. They are doing very intense workouts, because they really need and they want to burn that energy. So if you are that type of person, of type, fire or A type, incorporate into your life, activities that allows you, to settle down, plan in advance your rest. Guys, I remember like 2 years ago when I was planning once a month I was going to the spa. It was already planned for the whole year. Every month already at the beginning of the year, end of the year, I would identify one day, it was according to the moon. I'll try to do it close to the full moon, and I will book it and go to a spa, and it was booked. So I didn't have any other choice than to go, and it worked really very well, because what I noticed is that if I didn't do that, and if I waited till the last minute to then go to the spa, I wouldn't do it, because then I will put the excuse. I would be like, oh, I need to work on this, I need to finish this, or I want to learn this. You can be very addicted to work. That's what I'm trying to say. And you can neglect yourself, especially if you are this Pitta type, this fire type, this action-oriented type, this go-getter. It's very easy for you to burn out, for your body to shut down. Make sure that you plan, okay? That you plan your rest days. There was a time when I used to plan a Sabbath. I used to do the Sabbath religion. I don't know if you know this, but the Sabbath is the rest day. Basically, in the Bible, it is said that God worked for 7 days and then he rested. A lot of traditions, Judaism, Christianity, many traditions have incorporated the 1 day per week you rest. And in the Jewish traditions, it's Saturday, because the week starts on Monday, right? So Saturday you rest. That's why it says Sabbath. And I was taking 1 day per week to rest. I think at the beginning I was doing it on a Saturday, but then I noticed that it didn't work so well here in West Europe, because in West Europe we rest on Sunday, so everything goes down on Saturday, on Sunday. I mean, everything goes down in the sense that shops are closed, people rest, everything's closed. Basically, it's the day designated for rest. It comes from the Romans, the Roman Empire, the tradition. So the Romans, they took it from the Jews. The Jews, they were doing it on Saturdays, and then the Romans, they placed it on Mondays. So when I was doing that, it was so good. And when on that day I was not, I was shutting my phone completely off. This is another thing that I would really recommend you. Maybe I should do a separate video about this, about having 1 day of the week where you can just shut your phone off. You don't reply to any messages, to any calls. You don't check any social media. You don't do anything, okay? And with any work related, even cooking, reduce it to the minimum. Try to cook the day before, on the day when you have to cook. Most things are already done, so that you can really rest. Giving a rest is not only about giving a rest to your body, but it's as well about giving a rest to your mind, because you are not processing things. You're not like, oh, I need to cook this, I need to think that, I need to answer to this person, I need to check this email. If you have I'm gonna start incorporating this rest day again. If you work like in a hospital, and let's say you work on the weekends, it's completely fine to do the Sabbath on any other day. Let's say if your rest day is on Sunday, and if you work on a shift schedule, it's fine. You just change the day when you rest. The key is to have, point here, it's really to have 1 day when you can just do nothing, and nothing, it means really nothing. There are people that don't even, they don't do, nothing. It really, there are, some countries like in Israel, right, they even shut down the elevators, because it's electricity and it's functioning, and it creates an activation on the environment, and that makes people, it's work, because it's something that is working, it's electrical, and that makes people want to do things, right? That's why, for instance, here in Switzerland on Sundays when it's rest day and everything is calmer. So there are even some less there's less transportation, less buses. They go less frequently. Things like that. That allows you really rest. The shops are closed. All the electricity that the shops use, the supermarkets use, it's all completely shut down. So you can feel, in the atmosphere that everything is quiet, everything is calm, and really you can rest. I use Sundays to go to church. So if you are a believer or if you have any faith, I think your rest day is actually a very good day to practice your faith, because your mind is calmer and you can absorb more everything. And it's actually the rest day is actually the day dedicated to the Lord, to the divine, so that He can be consecrated. You can really embrace the Lord and the divine while you rest, and you are not busy with having to work or to answer this email. It's the day really of the Lord. It's the day that God gave to Himself to rest. Now I'm gonna rest. I just wanted to make this video. I've been wanting to make this video actually for a while, and I'm gonna make more of these videos, just sharing with you daily stuff, daily and relevant stuff, I believe, for all of us, that can really help us to live better, to have to be more aware, of how much we neglect many times our health just because of our work, just because we don't want to miss a specific course, just because we don't want to, to risk getting laid off because we may not meet the metrics if we are sick for several weeks. Just remember, your mind is the only thing that you will have with you for the rest of your life, okay? Because a job today you may have it, tomorrow you may not have it. And this is another thing, right? Many people postpone their health, they're taking care of their health because of a job, and then suddenly the next day they come to the office and they hear that they are layoffs, and they're gonna be laid off. And then for people, especially in the States, you don't have the health insurance anymore because you won't be having that job. So then you cannot take those medical procedures, medical treatments. Really, let's not make our lives are much more than a job, and we are the main machine. Corporations, they like to say that the most valuable resource, is their employees. If they said it, if they practice, that's another thing. But if they said it, let's say that as well to ourselves, and let's practice it for ourselves. We are our most valuable resource for our life. A job can last how many years? 40 years. You start at 20, 45 years, then you retire like this if you are very, very lucky. But our body will last the rest of our lives, right? And our body, our mind, this is very important. Our body, our mind, our emotions, everything. Let's not forget that, okay? Let's not forget that we come in first place. If we are not well on any level, we cannot produce, we cannot work. And as I said, many organizations, they already count on employees getting sick a few days per year. So let's ensure that we really take care of our health, and that we don't work with fear. We have fear. Many of us have fear, right? Fear of losing the job, fear of not meeting the metrics. Even if you take those taking days off, taking days off, that's already factored in. Factored in on your salary, factored in your position. So you should not work with fear, of losing your job. And if it should happen, then it will happen, and it's better that that happens and you can maintain your health. Of course, I'm not talking about a tiny thing. If you have just a cold, a little bit of fever, you cannot work for 1 day, 2 years, okay, but don't take 2 weeks or 3 weeks, right, to get sick. I'm really talking about if you really need to take some serious procedures, medical procedures, or just as I say, just rest even for one day because you had an iron infusion, or you are not feeling well. Don't feel like, oh, I'm cheating. I'm cheating because I am here today. I'm sick for 2 days. I am not doing nothing and I'm being paid. No, you are not cheating. That salary that you make, all the work that you do when you are not sick, that's already all factored in, in your whole package, in your whole salary. And if you are in a position in those jobs where you have, like, for instance, to be in front of the customers, and if you get sick like for 3 weeks or 4 weeks because of any reason, you may not meet the metrics. Maybe you may think about finding a new position where you don't have those constraints, because we should never negotiate, our health in that way, in that matter. Our health comes first, and if we are in a position that doesn't show that our health comes first, our well-being comes first, then it's better to look for another position, so that if we need to take care of our health because of any reason, we can do so without being fearful that we may not have the job after coming back from our recovery, right? So that's what I want to share with you today. I hope you like this video and it gave you a little bit of reflection, food for thought. See you in the next video. Bye.